The students stood from their seats and righted themselves. Sophie patted Derek on his shoulder. I'll see you back at the dorms, maybe. Just let me know if you want to hang out or anything. I'm room 307. You give Derek information that took me weeks of recon to get. Derek doesn't tell me I have nice elbows. That was once. To be fair, your elbows are pretty nice. Oh dear God. I'm joking. Thanks. I'll probably see you later. Sweet, later. She picked up her notebook and pencil and walked to the front of the room, deposited it onto Mrs. DuPont's desk. Toby and Ash followed closely behind her, and they left the room as a silent group. Derek lit to him. That Toby's something else, hey? What do you mean? What, you don't think he's weird? I don't know him. You know him enough to form an opinion on him. If I knew him enough to form an opinion on him, I would have answered your question in the first place. Vincent paused. Well, he is. What? Weird. The dude's weird. Jesus, man. Nod and smile? Well, I don't think he's weird, so I'm not going to nod and smile. Vincent ruffled his eyebrows and looked sharply at Derek. So what, you want to be all buddy-buddy with him? I don't know, Vincent. I barely met him. You want to be besties with Toby? Vincent turned from Derek and picked up his notebook, shoving it under his armpit. What? Want to hang out with him and listen to that pussy voice he has? Jesus Christ. Oh, hi, Sophie. Makes him sound like a pansy, man. Maybe you should just get off of him. Get off of him? He's not even here, bro. I'm not on him. Whatever, it doesn't matter if he's here or you're being a douchebag. So now you're backing him up. I'm just saying, maybe you should shut the hell up. Derek spit his last words out like venom. He let his crescendo drop into silence. At the front of the room stood a worried Mrs. DuPont, who was clearly distracted while helping another student. She had been keeping a close eye on their altercation, it seemed. Vincent snatched his pencil off the desk and stormed to the front of the room. His heavy boots clumped against the tiles conspicuously. With the flick of his body, he dumped his schoolwork onto Mrs. DuPont's desk. Once he had left, Derek turned toward the front and approached her timidly. Everyone had now left but the two of them. No need to look so nervous. Vincent's got a head that's as hot as it is smart. He has a temper and he certainly forms his opinions on things quickly. Too quickly, if you were to ask me. I appreciate some of the things you said. Derek shrugged. Didn't make sense. Mrs. DuPont sighed and let her eyes drop downwards. Yes, well, carrying on. I just wanted to get you situated, take you to your room, answer any questions you may have. So if you'll follow me, we can get started. She led Derek out of the room and through the winding corridors. The school was large, needlessly large. I thought there was only one class. Derek followed her in silence, and she eventually led him out the back door of the school. This is super dark and depressing. Here we are. It might take you some time to navigate the campus, but this here is the rear entrance. It's the closest entrance to your dormitory. She pointed it towards the gray building in the distance. Shall we? There was a low silence. So, how was it? Your first day of class. I hope I didn't disappoint. Oh no, it was good. Mrs. DuPont let out a soft chuckle. Well, I'm glad. Her voice hardened. I'm sure everything must seem so uncertain. There must be so many questions that you would like to be answered. From my experience with the students here so far, it often takes some time for those questions to bubble up. But I make sure that I tell each and every one of my students that if they ever have questions, I am here to answer them to the best of my ability. So, of course, you always have the same opportunity. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to ask now? Why is this school so big? Miss DuPont smiled at his observation. This school was shut down rather recently. It was fed by a network of neighboring small towns. A proposal was given to renovate this existing school, but instead an entirely new school was built somewhere in the township. It seemed like the building was to be knocked down, that is, until this idea came to be. What is it? He didn't respond. Mrs. DuPont was approachable. He felt a genuine comfort when he spoke to her. And yet, he wondered if this comfort ran no deeper than her smooth, amiable voice. Perhaps he found no comfort in her disposition at all. They offered some time away to silence. I feel full here. Derek continued with his head down and hands in his pockets. Of course, I always felt a sense of fulfillment from teaching, but it's amplified here. I care more about this group of students than any other before it. I'm sure many teachers would think of this opportunity as a nightmare. On paper, you guys are a hard sell. She tried to laugh away her jab, but it hit Derek the wrong way. But I've never had the pleasure of teaching such a vibrant group. I look forward to your observations and energy each day. I know that we don't know each other yet, but thank you for your input and yourself. I hope that what I am doing here is at least empowering you all. So, thank you, Derek. You are noticed and are of worth. He wasn't sure how to respond, and so he didn't. Through the thick curtain of constant unease, Derek at least felt safe in saying nothing. They had arrived at the entrance of the dorms, and Mrs. DuPont began shuffling through the pouch that she carried, quickly producing a plastic card from it. She handed it to Derek. An extra layer of security. There's no one on campus outside of those in your class and myself. The founders will show up infrequently. In any case, this is a keycard for the dorm rooms. It is programmed to open the front door as well as your room. Quite fascinating, isn't it? I think that's how Danganronpa worked, and I was forced to murder a few kids, so... yeah. She laughed. Oh, I'm sure something like this is nothing to a young guy like you. It's quite incredible, though. She scanned the card and held the door for him. So, yes, please do not misplace this card or swap cards with other students. It is for your room alone. Thanks. Miss DuPont led him to the second floor. Well, this is it. I know it doesn't seem like much, but please make the best of it. It might be difficult to see right now, but this is such a great opportunity for you guys. Anyway. I guess this will have to do. He wasn't sure why he had expected to find solace in the room. There was none, although the tangible sadness he felt in the hallway had dissipated. In this room, lonely was okay. Solitude was the point. He flung his backpack onto the bed and peeled his damp sweater from his body. Looking down, he could see his white shirt cling to him like cellophane. It turned to pinky yellow in places where his body jutted out and touched it. He crossed his arms at his waist, grabbed his shirt at the bottom seam, and rolled it up his body, jostling his head through the fabric. It hit the floor with a heavy splat. He picked it up and draped it across the back of the wooden chair. Moving towards his bed, Derek pressed his hand against one side of his chest. His pores were sharp and raced from the cold air beating against it. He pressed his hand against the skin and ran it along, flattening the rows of goosebumps as he went. They rebelled, reforming as quickly as they were suppressed. Don't tell us what to do. In his backpack, he pulled out his second shirt. He nearly smiled at how similar it was to the one he wore before. Derek never paid close attention to how he dressed. White t-shirts were acceptable, they were safe. He placed the fabric on his bed next to his bag and wrapped himself in his arms. This is me, I'm here. His fingers dipped loosely beneath his pants and he ran them up the creases of his abdomen. Letting out a considerable sigh, Derek picked up the new shirt and slid it over himself. His forearms prickled against the cold air. He grabbed his sweater and felt the inside of it to find that it was rather dry. It was just the outside that remained damp. He put it on. Derek jumped. He was already clothed, but he felt naked. Come on, man, open up. Who is it? Haha, very funny. What? He opened the door to see Vincent standing lazily. Oh, sorry, I didn't... I get it, we're all excited to consummate our rooms. What? But there's a better and probably much bigger thing to be addressed. Ha, my god, I'm funny. Derek didn't allow his anger to swell, but stood sturdy in his posture, leaning forward in a way that kept Vincent still in the doorway. What do you want? We're neighbors! What? Yeah, I'm just one room over, though I thought I'd come over and let you know. I guess I'm supposed to have cookies or something, sorry. Okay. He tugged at his sweater. You alright? Are you serious? Wait, what? What's wrong with you? We got in a fight in a class. With that, the sound of a door opening behind Vincent made the conversation pause. With crossed arms, Vincent looked behind himself and then smiled back at Derek. Speak of the devil. What? Toby's a couple of doors down on the other side. Looks like he's going for a piss. Oh my god, can you stop? Stop what? Being such an asshole. Acting all cocky and mature when really you don't give a shit about anyone. You're all nice to me outside, but how do I know you aren't talking shit about me behind my back? I don't even know Toby, and you're trying to shit on him in front of me? Trying to make me hate him or something? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Vincent's stare was nondescript, but soon fell into a mischievous frown. Look. He sighed, not from shame, but from misdirection. I don't really know Toby either, okay? I just say what's on my mind. I don't have anything against him. I just don't know him. I don't really want to know him. I don't know. There's people I like and there's people I don't like. If that sounds judgmental, then whatever, but you're pretty quick to call me an asshole yourself, so maybe you aren't so different. You seem like a cool guy, and Sophie seems to really like you too. That's actually why I'm here, if you wanted to know. Derek knew that there was too much to unpack in Vincent's splurge, so he skipped to the point that interested him most. What do you mean? Vincent raised a hand to his face and pressed his fingers between furrowed eyebrows. A low sigh escaped him. Listen. Sophie wants to, she wants to go for a walk. Derek scrunched up his face in confusion. Is that supposed to mean something? No. She wants to go for a long walk. A little farther than we're allowed. Derek's eyes left Vincent and retreated into thought. And she wanted to invite you. See if you wanted to come. Well, he wasn't sure where to begin. It's against the rules, right? Yep. Has anyone else done it? Not sure. I mean, probably. What happens if we get caught? I'm not sure. We won't get caught, but I'm not sure. Look, if you don't want to come, it's fine. She gets it. Well, we get it. You're new and you want to look good. But we're going crazy here. We just want some fresh air. And we want to see what's out there. She leaned down the door frame behind Vincent. You know, get used to her surroundings. Derek's mouth curled up into a smile, but he forced it back down. Sophie looked to Derek and nodded toward him. Nice room. It does look pretty cozy. Derek, we're not trying to intimidate you or anything. Vincent and I hang out all the time. We talk to other people. We're just not really close to anyone else. And I've been thinking about what you said on the bus about what happens if we leave campus. I'm not looking for trouble tonight. I'm not planning on getting caught. Just going stir crazy, I guess. So, yeah, we're going out on a walk tonight. It's happening, and I thought it would be a good way to get to know each other. You don't have to come. Derek looked around his room. Perhaps the heavy walls could have offered him an answer. They didn't. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go. Ha, sweet. Alright, well, we'll leave a little later. We can meet here in a couple of hours if that's cool. Yeah, sure. Are we good? What do you mean, are you good? What did you do? Whatever, I'm not gonna hold on to anything. Vincent, what did you do? With Sophie's voice growing angry, the conversation was interrupted by the loud lashing of a door. Vincent turned and looked over his shoulder. Was it Toby? Yeah. Sophie, can we invite Toby? What? No. Derek's eyes shrank in a confused anger that he set on Sophie. Toby can't come. He can't know either. Look, we're breaking the rules in the smallest way possible. This isn't exactly a high-risk adventure. But I don't really know Toby. I don't know what he'd have to say about it. Yeah. Derek scoffed at him. I'm just saying she's right. Whatever, fine. Let's just meet here whenever you guys are ready. Sounds good. See you. The two left Derek's doorway, and he could hear their muffled chatter echo through the concrete hallway. Quietly, Derek turned and sat down in the small chair. He felt so much like it. Tiny, unimportant. He stared at the wall. It drew him closer with its comforting quiet. You can rest here. He was tired, but this new anxiousness kept him alert. Already breaking the rules. With the time left before the walk, Derek decided to search for some company. I think I was Sophie. Just want to hang before we go? Yeah, I guess so. What were you up to? Just doing some homework. DuPont doesn't really assign much, so it's not too bad. Nice. Sophie leaned against Derek's desk while he took a seat in his chair. So, what did you want to do? I don't know. I was just kind of bored. Fair enough. Well, I'm honored that I was chosen to de-boredom you. She took a moment to gather conversation. So, how's your laptop holding up? I think it's fine. It's still in the bag. Kind of useless without Wi-Fi, right? Pretty much. You could play solitaire or something. Do they even still come with that? They better. That was my jam when I was little. I hated solitaire as a kid. I still hate it. Really? Yeah, why? I don't know. I just can't really picture 10-year-old you being into solitaire. Whoa there, judgy. She smirked at him, her body somehow handling her awkward position with grace. So, how are you holding up? Anything I can do for you? I don't think so. Well, actually, in the pamphlet and all the paperwork, it said that we'd be given a phone. Oh yeah, everything here is privilege-based, nothing's automatic. Just like taking bus rides, if they think you've earned it, then you'll get your phone. Oh. I don't think anyone hasn't been given their phone, so it's no big deal. Why? Who are you looking to call? Left a girlfriend back home? Nah. Parents? Ha, they'd probably love it if they never heard from me again. That's probably not true. Derek looked up to Sophie with a confident stare that washed the room in a brief silence. And what about you? What about your parents? What were they like? They were fine. That's it. I don't know, they were normal, nothing to report really. Okay. He got the feeling that she didn't want to talk about it. Sophie picked herself up and gestured to the wall opposite of them. Cut a lot of blank space here. Derek swiveled around in his chair. What do you mean? She perked right up and approached the wall with open arms. Exactly. So many possibilities. Posters, drawings, a huge whiteboard calendar or some shit. You know those stupid DIY sites you get all the crafty and customize your wall? Just fill it with mason jars. Mason jars? Yeah, don't you know? If you want to be crafty, you have to use mason jars. Derek pushed out a breathy laugh. Rustic mason jars. Hipster mason jars. Chic mason jars. They're going to take over, I swear. Me and my sister have that stupid meme from the Crow Show. Where, like, it's a mason. The mason jar apocalypse. 2017, mark it. Oh my god, it is 2017. On the whiteboard calendar. The two erupted into a fit of laughter. Derek buried his head in his hands with his mouth agape, letting out rounds of loud giggles. It took them some time to calm, and once Sophie spoke, her voice was still high and started over itself. Ha, you have a great laugh. Derek wiped his eyes. Oh, so many people have told me that. It's infectious. She turned back towards the wall as if to thank it for the moment, and then made her way back to the desk, falling right into her casual lean. So, yeah, get right on that. We can actually decorate the walls. Sticky tack or masking tape only, but yes. Alright, I'll think about it. Sophie let out a small laugh. Thanks for asking me to come. I needed a laugh. Yeah, for sure. You still good for later? Yeah. If you knock and I don't answer, just knock louder. I haven't slept in a while, so... You kicking me out? No, I just meant in case. I'm kidding, I should head back and finish up some stuff anyway. I'll see you. Yeah. I'll grab Vincent when we're ready and meet you here. Sounds good. See you later, Derek. Peace. Okay, I'm going to finish this episode later, so I can actually edit this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you're enjoying Elsewhere High, and it's pretty weird, and I fucking love it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Bye for now.